Yeah, of course, there was a great success with the books, and before when he was alive, I heard about his work with his own paper. The name is Expo, and it's a little bit like the paper Millennium in a film, in the books, and his work about with teenagers and things in Sweden. Yeah. Yes, I did for 2 minutes or something. And if he was alive today, if you should ask him, do you know that you met me? He wouldn't remember it. We just had some short discussion about the thing. Yeah. I think it's they put in a anarchistic way how to change society with just three tools. It's a pen, it's a cell phone, and it's a computer. And if you have that, and it's the tools that Michael and Lisbeth has, and they, with these three tools, you can really turn society upside down if you want to. And when you read it, you get power from it. You know, you feel like, oh, I can change perhaps my way, my life, whatever. I felt like that when I read the books, and that's one thing. And the characters are very strong. That's another thing. Also, that it has a complicity with describes a whole society with the dark spots and with the light spots and thriller. And I think most I think is the anarchistic way to you can change your life. No, no, of course it was. It was challenging and thrilling because the character is not. He doesn't use guns. He doesn't drive fast. He has a lot of empathy. He's a good listener. He's intelligent, and that's really hard to play. Look at me, I play intelligent. You know, that's hard. So how do you do that? And that for me as an actor was challenging, and a little bit scary too. Yeah. When you meet him first, he's on the bottom. He lost a case. Um, he was in trial and he lost it, and he feels like he can't write anymore and everything, and he has this opportunity to get away, and it's a really strange thing in his life. He's a lefty. He's a journalist on the left side, and there's one of the biggest capitalists in Sweden calls him and said, "If you work for me for 1 year, I'll give you a great big amount of money, and you can live here." And in the first place, he says no, but he gets interested in a way because he has to get away, and when he comes up there, it starts to be a, a mystery with this Harriet that if you when you start to look at it or point at it, you get poisoned with it, and you can't get out. You get totally absorbed, and he gets it too. So everyone that's been with this strange question, what happened with her death? Was she killed? Where is she? And then a lot of things happens. I won't tell now because I want you to see the film. Uh, and in the end, when you come out of the film, you see in the Swedish society just from upside down with a lot of things. Yeah, it's a it's a lot of questions. He doesn't find the answers, and he can't stop. So he's into it, and then he finds out that someone is hacking his computer, and that's a new acquaintance to him. That is Lisbeth. And when they start together, it's the whole story comes. The Vanger family. It's in Sweden. We have we had 3 or 4 families that were had a great deal of power, influence, and were very rich. And this is kind of a sketch of this system as we lived with. Today it changed a bit, but we still have these strong families, and Sweden is an old society, and you know, whatever. And they're upper class, and the whole family hates each other, and for me it's very funny. I think it's a fun portrait of the overclass. Yeah. I thought about it when we started. I felt like this is no problem, because if I should play Hamlet, people know that, well, to be or not to be, that's Hamlet for people, and they know how you should do it, and they want you to do it in another way. Okay, that's okay. But the thing with these books was that while I was shooting it, millions and million of people read my script at the same time. So you felt like you had a spy everywhere in a way. So what we did, we locked us in the studio, and I didn't talk to anyone about my job or what we did, and that was kind of a technique to just get it out. And on the other hand, we were helped about this pressure we had from the outside. It made the job very intense and concentrated, and it felt serious and important for us. For me, for myself, it's a very talented way to describe a society with a great deal of a social impact, to say this is wrong and that is wrong, that is good, and it's written in a way that it ever get boring. It gets interesting, and for me, as a Swede, it was it gave me a lot of answers about the dark spots in Swedish society, and that I was really interested in to read, and also I felt like he had a lot of guts when he wrote it. Like he supposed a lot of things that were supposed would be quiet, and that I liked a lot. I think I play actually his alter ego in a way, and the alter ego that he wanted to be. He wanted perhaps I don't know. I didn't know Stieg Larsson, but Michael has a lot of women. He's very clever. He's very respected. He's very famous, and it's kind of a dream character, as Lisbeth is the dream character on her way. So but I think I played alter ego, and I could sometimes hear the voice of Stieg Larsson when I read his articles in Expo and things about, mostly in the third book. It was to put it in a cinematographic way. We want to tell it in a cinematographic way. So what do you have to kick out, or what do you actually have to get in? And that we had big discussions about, can we start telling just that in the first film, and uh, telling that and that in the second, and that and that and that in the third, or should we tell that in the second, and things like that, because we want people to see the 3 films It's an epic story. Also, it has a lot of atmosphere and how to deal with that. And the first book is written in a way like the audience or the reader is on the same spot with Michael and Lisbeth. As a reader, you know the same as they do at the same time. The second book and the third book, the reader or the viewer knew more than Michael and Lisbeth, and it's more a thriller way to put it. So the second film and the third film, we changed the camera work a bit, and we tell the story in a different way. The first one is a lot about this mysterious thing, and the second and the third is more like, where is she? What is that? What shall we do? Yeah. I know his work before I met him, and he did. For me, he's a director that he wants to. He doesn't go just for the uppers and downers. He want to be in the middle, and he's so serious about all the details. And the situation is not to play the situation is or just describe the situation. It is to be in the situation in a way that I just love, and I love to work with him. I think it's great to work with his actors too. Like, he doesn't say do that and that and that. He's curious about how you solve the thing. And on the other hand, I never met a more stubborn Dane in my whole life. Jesus Christ. I think that's a good thing. All the good directors I met, they're stubborn as hell, you know.